Welcome to the Indiana Athletic Trainers Association podcast. The IATA is dedicated to advancing the profession of athletic training and empowering membership through advocacy, education, networking, and innovative resources. To find out more about the IATA, check out our website and social media pages. The views and opinions expressed by speakers, guests, or others who have provided materials to and for this podcast are not necessarily those of the IATA. The IATA assumes no responsibility for, nor endorses any of the comments, recommendations, or materials that are provided. Welcome back to the IATA podcast. We have a special episode for you today. We recorded the IATA Hall of Fame speeches, so listen in as we recently honored the 2025 IATA Hall of Fame inductees.
Marianne Goshorn has spent the last 47 years serving as an athletic trainer and teacher. She obtained her undergraduate degree from Huntington College in 1969. She continued to receive her master's degree from St. Francis College in 1975. She started her teaching profession in 1969 at Huntington County Community School Corporation. From 1972 to 2009, Marianne was with Eastbrook Community School Corporation. While teaching and coaching, she graduated from Northwestern Medical School Center for Sports Medicine, whereby she opened the first training room at Eastbrook Junior Senior High School in 1977. In 1989, she started the athletic training program at Elwood Community Junior Senior High School. Upon retiring from full-time teaching in 2009, Marianne continued in the athletic training profession at Elwood Junior Senior High School. In the summer of 2015, she moved to Columbus and was employed by Columbus Regional Hospital. Now, she travels back to her beloved Elwood to cover numerous athletic events. In the many years she has served as a teacher athletic trainer, there is no question she has touched the lives of many students and athletes in striving to be learners, as well as exposing them to the profession of athletic training. Beyond the high school, Marianne has volunteered countless hours, local, regional, state White River Games, Indianapolis Sports Festival, and the Northwestern University Anita Lynch Women's Basketball Camp, NCAA outdoor and indoor track field competition, the American Games in 1986, Pan American Games in 1987, track and field Olympic trials in 1988, Jack Baumgartner's shooting camp for girls in 1994 through 1996, and USA Travel Track and Field Championship. She served as an NATA BOC examiner until the end of the examination process. She is also active within the IATA throughout the years, volunteering in History and Archives. Chair, she was the Crisis Intervention Stress Management, wrote the brochure for the IATA AT's Care Indiana team in 2018, and AT's Care co-chair since 2024. In more recent years, Marianne has been very active in promoting concussion awareness, from concussion presentations to Mississinawa High School, Elwood Middle School, a return to play, learn and play to athletes, parents, and staff, Columbus Soccer State Cup, and Midwest Tennis Open Girls 18s Teams Championship 2016. Marianne has received honors from the IATA and NATA for All-Star Softball Athletic Trainer in 1990, plaque and certificate recognition of contribution to clinical symposiums and to the profession of athletic training in 1990 and 1992. She was awarded the Indiana Athletic Trainers Association High School Athletic Trainer of the Year in 2008. As can be seen, Marianne has had a long and successful career as an athletic trainer professional, a teacher and a mentor with a strong commitment to her school, community, and students. Such dedication and commitment has allowed her great success in her career, influencing so much of those around her, including me. All traits that exemplify an IATA Hall of Fame member. It is with great pleasure and pride that the Indiana Athletic Trainers Association inducts Marianne Goshorn, also known as Miss G to some people, into the IATA Hall of Fame.
I think my voice will carry it too. It's called the teacher voice that all of us that have been in the classroom seem to have, and lifeguarding and some other things. So to executive council, family, friends, and fellow athletic trainers and their spouses or friends that are here, this has been a heart-pounding experience to get a call from Becky saying, you're going into the IATA Hall of Fame. I didn't quite expect it for that to happen, but appreciate all the work that everybody did in getting me, nominating me and getting me in. I have so many people to thank. First of all is my family, and I've got my nephews here, and most of their families. And my brother is at Miami of Ohio in an alumni meeting that he has to give a speech in, so he could not be here today. But first of all is my family, my parents, Richard and Mayro, who are deceased, for guiding me through life and helping me along the way. When I was little, my dad coached 3 sports, and my mom would walk me over to his practices, and I spent a lot of time with my dad at practices. So who knows, maybe that's where the athletic trainer career actually began, was with my dad when I was like 3 years old. My brother Gary and my nephews Grant and Greg for all your help taking care of my pets over the years, and still, I love you. To my nephews, thank you for letting me miss so many cross-country meets, track meets, and football games so I could cover events. To Lindsay and Kara, thank you for your help, and I love you. To my great nieces, I have 4 great nieces here, to Ellie, Remy, Baylor, and Evie. And my great nephew Gentry, who is playing in a baseball game in Bloomington right now. I love you and enjoy watching your sporting events, your plays, your musicals, your dance recitals, and the symphony events. Thank you to all the physicians that have been on my sidelines, Dr. Oliver at Eastbrook, Dr. Mingelt, Dr. Helm, and Dr. German at Eastbrook, or at Elwood, I'm sorry. A special thank you to Dr. Jared Jones, who I could always contact with anything that I needed. Other thank yous to Jim Weitzel, who is deceased, for helping me figure out the odd injuries my guys always seem to suffer in football. They always came up with something. To David Craig, for helping me with so many basketball injuries that my guys and girls seem to sustain. To Jim Dickerson and Dr. Abansky and Dr. Matchett for their help as CIO Muncie. Additional thank yous to Jay Hauk, Eastbrook and Elwood football coach, Daryl McQuitty, Elwood AD, Mike Baumholt, retired Elwood AD, and Marty Wells, former football coach and AD at Elwood for 27 years of support. Also to Ryan Van Scoik, who is here tonight, the current AD. I've enjoyed covering your events for you, and I appreciate what you are doing to try to bring Elwood athletics back to what they were at one time. To my former athlete that is here today, Jake Wilson, thank you for being here. Thank you for trusting me with your entries. You made it easy for an athletic trainer, which is your dream person to work with over the 4 years. I value your support not only today, but throughout the years. Thank you to my friend Bart, a friend I could voice to, and for all you do for me. If not for a knee injury, I would not have known about athletic training. Thanks to Jim Hildebrand, Huntington North athletic trainer, who did my rehab, who gave me a brochure from Northwestern Medical School Center for Sports Medicine on athletic training. I was one of the first athletic trainers on the high school level in Indiana, opening my first training room at Eastbrook in the fall of 1977 while a student at Northwestern Medical School. Mr. George Frett, the AD at Eastbrook at that time, had the forethought and understood the opportunity that he had to have a full-time athletic trainer and teacher on staff. My mentor was Hugh Vickers, the athletic trainer at Marianne High School at that time. And that's kind of interesting that Spike Dixon has been brought up today. He did his athletic training under Spike Dixon, and he was there when he wrote the dictionary guide to athletic training. So it was kind of interesting to see a Dixon scholarship today and his name being brought up because he did do that. What a ride it has been from a knee injury to Northwestern Medical School Center for Sports Medicine for athletic training until now. Working the IHSA's All-Star Softball Games, Baumgartner's Women's Shooting Camp, White River Games at all levels, NCCAA Volleyball Championships at Marian College, which is now IWU. I'm not even sure Adam knew about that one, because they didn't have an athletic trainer at that time. There was nobody there. The sports festival, the Pan Am Games, the American Games, track and field Olympic trials, indoor, outdoor, NCAA track and field championships, and many junior high and high school events, all in the state of Indiana. And I wouldn't change a thing. Since 1977 through today, there have been so many changes in sports medicine. Some of those changes are good, but some are not for athletic trainers. To all athletic trainers, remember not only to treat the injury, but make sure you treat the person too. And lastly, if athletic training is a job and not a passion, it's not the job for you. Thank you.
I have the honor to introduce Patrick Ohaver. I've known Patrick for a very long time. He has served the IATA and the athletic training profession so well. When I was appointed chair of the IATA History and Archives Committee in 2010, Patrick made it known that he was interested in joining this committee in 2011. One of our major projects was to archive the IATA's history collection. This huge undertaking turned out to be a 3 to 4 year investment of time, which required Patrick to travel to West Lafayette from Crown Point, giving up many Sunday afternoons. After the project was completed, Patrick continued to serve on the History and Archives Committee until 2020. Additionally, he served on the IATA Communications Committee during this time. Having experience at the state level, Patrick was appointed to serve as the Great Lakes Athletic Trainers Association, or NATA District 4, History and Archives Committee Chair from 2011 to 2019. In 2020, Patrick was appointed to serve as the Indiana representative to GLADA, which he currently still holds his position. Additionally, Patrick was appointed to serve on the IATA's Historical Commission in 2018. As we all know, Patrick has a serving heart, and his dedication to the athletic training profession is ongoing and admirable. In addition to serving on chairing committees, he has been a guest speaker, a presenter, served as a model examiner for the BOC, and helped coordinate the athletic training student program at the summer IATA symposium. In 2019, he completed the NATA's Leadership Academy, which is an online certification program to help emerging leaders develop their skills and advance within the association. Career-wise, Patrick has provided athletic training services for Highland High School since 2007. In addition to overseeing the healthcare for student athletes, he also has served as a mentor and fostered career development for his athletic training students. Despite changes in sports medicine service providers over the years, Highland High School has retained Patrick as their AT, an affirmation of his indispensable role. In an annual evaluation, one athletic director wrote, quote, "Simply put, Patrick Ohaver is the best. He not only is an excellent athletic trainer, but helps us in so many other ways. His skills and abilities as an athletic trainer are outstanding, and his willingness to help in many ways is unbelievable. His leadership is further demonstrated by his involvement in other roles, such as his 7 years of service at a concussion care clinic, 6 years as an AT clinical supervisor, overseeing 25 outreach athletic trainers. Without a doubt, Patrick has invested many hours of time and service over the past 17 plus years he has lived in Indiana to all three association levels, state, district, and national. He gives unselfishly of his time and talents. I am so pleased and honored to introduce you, Patrick, along with John, I don't know, I probably butchered his name, but Doherty. Did I do it? Okay. And Angie Miller, who also wrote letters to support Patrick's nomination. This year's IATA Hall of Fame class member. Congratulations, Patrick. This honor is so well deserved.
Although I did have my master's is in teaching the secondary level, I do not have a teacher voice, so forgive me. Thank you, Marianne, thank you. And I get to be the last person so I can burn the time, can I? So, thank you all for being here. I'm humbly gracious to be a member of this society. Congratulations to all of our winners tonight, and a special, congratulations to the fellow board members, Tiffany Franklin and Lucas Dargo, who I serve on the EC with, and also congratulations again, Marianne, for your induction to the Hall of Fame, well deserved. I have a special recognition for Lucas. I've known Lucas since he was a student at Ball States when he was on the GLADA Student Senate. And it's been a pleasure to watch your career grow and to where you are now at Manchester and the service you provide for the State Association, our district, and all the government affairs and other opportunities that are coming your way, my good man. Of course, I need to thank my family. My parents are here today.
How are you going to do that? Don't do that.
From Northwest Indiana, we don't get to travel this way very often, so it's 2 hours in a car, so you think about everything when you're driving. My parents, Mike and Sharon Ohaver, are here, and it's because of them, it's who I am. My brother flew in from Charlotte, North Carolina today to be here for this. And my partner, Leah, who has been involved with my life for the last 2 years, has been a great help with me and is a great interior designer. And so, that's one page. So people often ask why we became an athletic trainer, what was my role? How did everybody become an athletic trainer? I have to go back to my parents. I am not a native Hoosier. I was born in Michigan, grew up in Muskegon, Michigan. My father is a West Lafayette grad. My grandparents lived in Lafayette. So I was blessed now that my father's had season football tickets since before I was born to Purdue. So every Friday during fall football, we would load up in the car, in the van, and drive, which seemed like forever, from Muskegon to West Lafayette.
Because it was.
Yeah, it was. And for my growing up years. And we memorized every town on 421, from Wanata all the way to Brookston to West Lafayette. And so that was part of it. And I got to be part of the Purdue athletics. I thought I wanted to be involved in athletics in some way, in some form. Fast forward to 7th grade, I thought I would play basketball, and tried out for the basketball team, and didn't make it at all. Didn't even make the first cut. So Mr. Abdicator said, hey, we could maybe be a player manager role and go and you can help the team that way. I didn't get that either. So I resigned the fact that I was not going to be the athlete that my brother ended up being. And we grew up together, and we still, continue to go to Purdue to basketball games, and athletics has always been a part of our family life. I want to share one quick story that's not on my script. Every New Year's Day, we would sit in the family room and watch at the card table to watch the Rose Bowl, even though Purdue wasn't playing it. Because someday we would be there, and someday we did go there in 2000, so that was a great memory. But, so how I became an athletic trainer. My good friend Jimmy Duplessis driving by on his bike. I happened to be out in the front yard, and he stops and says, Patrick, you need to be the manager for the 8th grade football team. Like, there's no way, I can't do that. What am I, I'm not going to be able to do it. And then I go back to, every Friday night we have to go to West Lafayette to the games, and my dad's not going to let that happen. Worked it out, discerned about it, thought about it, and sure enough, I did it. Coaches, I did a good job, coaches said. They trusted me, they instilled me, they saw I was trustworthy. People asked for me to be the manager. Then I got to meet the athletic trainer that came to our game on a freshman level, and my friends were getting hurt. I was like, that looks like a cool job to do. You get to be on the sideline, you get to do stuff, you get to help people, and you get to watch athletics for free, just like that's one of the things we do, we watch athletics for free. So, that person, Mr. Advocator, back in Muskegon, as a freshman, showed me a pamphlet for Kramer Camp. And for those of you early career athletic trainers, you have no idea what a Kramer Camp is. But Kramer Camp is summer camp for athletic trainers. And you got to go and learn how to be a student athletic trainer. And the IATA would frown upon that now, but it was a great experience for me. I got to learn how to tape, how to put Band-Aids on people, and I got to be that contact person for my friends. Fast forward again, I got to be a manager for the varsity football team as a sophomore, which was never thought of. And I pestered the bejesus out of Tracy, our athletic trainer at Reese Puffer. She only came twice a week, and on Friday night football, so people would get hurt, I'd call her in the office. People would get hurt, I'd call her back in the office. And she was like, Patrick, just stop calling me. This was before cell phones, of course, so it was great. But I'm thankful for her mentorship. I'm also thankful again for the path I chose to go to undergraduate degree. Whereas my first choice to go, Purdue, right? It was before I even knew about Pinky Newell and the history involved in that institution, but I knew it was a curriculum school and you had to have good grades to get in there. I had good grades, I figured. But I didn't want to wait. I didn't want to wait that 2 year to get into the program. Also, I could go to Central Michigan, another highly esteemed athletic training curriculum and program. Luck would have it, we were moving from Muskegon to Illinois, and Northern Illinois popped on my radar. I ended up going to Northern Illinois, make a visit, meet Dr. Gretchen Slavak, another NATA Hall of Famer, and work alongside Phil Boris and Mike Braid, and a host of other great athletic trainers and GAs, and I got to start as a freshman. So August, I got to start 2-a-day football and work the internship route, and I was blessed and grateful to be a part of that internship route and meet those people. My adventures took me to Louisiana and back down there, and had a lot of great mentors there, and also had a lot of great mentors. I was fortunate enough that John Doherty hired me back to come back to work in Northwest Indiana because I wanted to be closer to my family, and to come back to District 4 to be part of GLADA. And John called me up I remember this is when we did have cell phones now, so I was on the sideline of football. He goes, I have a job for you if you want it. And I'm like, ooh, yeah, but I can't wait. I gotta wait till at least December to get up there. So it'll probably be here. I'm like, okay. So December of 06, traveled up from Louisiana to Crown Point, and then became the athletic trainer at Highland High School, and that is where I am currently employed. So that is how my story to be an athletic trainer comes to be. I never looked at my job as a menial task, and I looked to help the student athletes, to help my institution, to help the institution be better. Marianne said it well, servant leadership has always been my kind of cornerstone. I put others before myself. I put the needs of the many instead of the needs of myself. And have I done things that, have I sacrificed personal life things to do athletic training? Yes, I have. And am I proud of that? Not necessarily. But I do know that has made me who I am, and I don't wish that on future athletic trainers coming up and to set boundaries. That's one of my key messages before you become burnt out. I never looked at burnout in that way because I feel my job has always been fun, engaging, learning, and not as it's always, if you're working a job that you love, you never work a day in your life. You've heard that most of the time, and that's kind of how I feel. So to my early career athletic trainers, foster a great mentoring system and communicate with your administrators at a high level so they know who you are as a person and not just an athletic trainer. I often see on social media that every school's athletic trainer is the best there was or the best in the business. I'm humbled to have been called that at Highland High School as well. However, I believe it's an intrinsic drive of every athletic trainer to be the best of what they are and to be recognized for the best in the business. I have been very fortunate to be recognized as a Hall of Fame athletic trainer, and I stand on the shoulders of giants, like Becky said earlier. Being a part of the History and Archives Committee, I understand the history of this great state, the history of athletic training, and the giants that have paved the way for me and future athletic trainers coming up. I hope I can be one of those people in the future for the next Hall of Famer that stands here 5 years from now. Thank you very much.
Thank you for tuning in to the Indiana Athletic Trainers Association podcast. We appreciate you taking time to listen and look forward to you joining us again on the next episode. To find out more about the IATA or to get in touch with us, you can visit our website or reach out via social media.